The Fan YouTube channel. Subscribe now at Denver Sports 1043 and get in on the action. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
This is for my friend at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auction for over 40 years, and they got some great auctions that are ending this week. Got one that's ending today at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. All you got to do is go to rollerauction.com to get logged in, to get signed up. It's free, it's easy, it's open to the public. Best part about it is you're going to get some great deals on great items. Beer company auction that will be going down today, ending at 1 o'clock. All kind of heavy-duty beer equipment in that auction. And then tomorrow, got a Giddings Machine Company auction that will be going down, over 300 items in that one. And then always one of my favorites ending on Wednesday, a construction and contracting equipment auction with almost 800 items in that. They always have big, heavy-duty construction items in that auction. Everything to do with construction and contracting. And this is what I love about Roller Auction, is always updating and adding new auctions every single week. Bro, don't forget, got an auction ending today at 1 o'clock. Got a few more that are ending the rest of the week. Go see it all and get yourself one of those great deals only at rollerauction.com.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due with sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Is your money doing everything it can for you? Like automatically pushing more of your money to savings every day?
I don't think so.
Then switch to Huntington Bank. And let's get more from money. Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Spring weather is unpredictable. You never know which way you'll be adjusting your thermostat unless you have the right windows. And that's why with windownation.com, you can count on your home being comfortable regardless of the weather. Their windows are customizable and energy efficient. Expert installers take just 1 day, and Window Nation products are backed by a lifetime warranty. There's no better time to upgrade with Window Nation. In March, the more you buy, the more you could save. Up to 50% off all window styles. Visit windownation.com for your free consultation today.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 1043, The Fan.
Plumline Services, serving Colorado since 1998 for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. Service at home, servants at heart.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Able Builders, it's Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU women's basketball faces UNLV with pregame starting at 8.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Denver Sports 1043, The
Across the National Football League is open. We do have a little bit of news already going down.
Oh, my goodness.
With the Denver Broncos, which we can get into. First piece of business, well, it came yesterday, actually, Cecil, or it was yesterday. My weekend's all scrambled together. With the Justin Strnad news, he was the first that I saw of the Denver Broncos saying, we've got, what was the number, 12 free agents that we had to go tackle, attack, and figure out what's going to go down. Well, they did that, signing Justin Strnad first, Adam Troutman, of course, Nate Atkins, Sam Ellinger, who cares, and going to restructure with Quinn Miners to convert that salary into a signing bonus.
Right.
See, that creates about $11 more million of cap, according to my Northland math. Let me add the one, carry the two. $36 million, roughly, a little under $36 million for George Payton, Greg Penner, and Sean to do a little dancing today.
Yeah, do a little work right now, and the tampering window is open, which means we were a minute 50 into the phone calls, right? Because nothing ever happened before this period whatsoever.
That would never happen.
So
they're just sending out their first emails and texts today.
I want everyone to calm down because I've seen Twitter, I've seen social networking, I've seen guys that cover the Broncos and just like lose their mind over what are they doing? Adam Troutman, what are they doing?
We're 2 minutes in.
I know. And it's like signing Adam Troutman and the Justin Strnad thing is its own conversation. I think there's a lot to go into that inside
signing,
linebacker. Yeah, he was on your board.
Yeah.
He was, I think, number 2, right?
He's second linebacker.
Okay, second linebacker. Yeah, but he's on your board, and they're not done. They're just getting started. So for everyone out there, it's the Troutman thing mainly that I've seen people react to, like fist to the heavens, Grandpa Simpson yelling at the clouds.
There's no bigger Adam Troutman, the football player hater, than the man speaking at you right now. And if you didn't know that was going to happen, you've been living under a rock for 3 years.
Right, and it doesn't mean they're not going to move up and draft Kenyon Sadiq, and we're talking to Stink about Kenyon Sadiq and all the greatness they're in. It doesn't mean that they're not going to go get David Njoku or whatever. And, by the way, the new deal, as crazy as it would seem, doesn't guarantee Troutman specifically of any sort of roster spot. You could get signed now and then not make the team. Now, that's probably not going to happen. But, as you mentioned, it's Adam Troutman. That's Sean Payton's guy. Of course he's going to sign his guy. He's going to bring his guy back. He gave up half his draft just to move up and draft him when he came out of Division III Dayton.
Well, then he gets at Nate Atkins. We're a Michael Burton signing away from the Spider-Man meme living on again for another year. So might as well root for that now.
Right. So what else can they do? If they just do that at tight end, they got Nate Atkins and Adam Troutman, then obviously we've got a conversation point. But things are just getting started, and I cannot wait for the splash move at running back. I think it's a splash move at running back. In Kansas City, get in the back seat, buddy.
Apparently there's a little battle for Travis Etienne's services between the Broncos and the Chiefs. Of course, that battle's only 4 minutes old.
Of course,
but it's been going on.
Right. It's been going on, but if that's the case, Broncos, go beat them. Stuff it in their face. You've got the richest ownership and the best ownership in all of sports. Go out there, and if Etienne is your target, go get him, because that's what I'm looking forward to today. What is the big move at running back?
Yep.
They already made a big move at inside linebacker with Justin Strnad. There may be more coming there, though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay.
There's definitely more coming there, in my opinion.
Tight end, ILB, no running back yet signed. So where's that big move? I cannot wait for the Broncos' first splash move. Just do it between 10 and 2.
Yeah.
So that we can talk about it first.
We'd like to break said news.
Yes.
And look, with the Justin Strnad thing, is he this big, sexy name that the rest of the league is going, oh, damn, George got to him quicker than we could? No. But as I shared on social media, it's you draft a guy, you develop that guy into what looks like a starting inside linebacker with some coverage ability that he ramped up this last offseason. You reward that dude, man. That's called good football business, see?
Right.
What would you feel if you were in the locker room and I was drafted by this team, I was developed by this team, this coaching staff got the most out of me, and then they let me walk? How would you feel as a guy that's up next for one of those type of situations? It's just great football business. And look, at this point of their NFL careers, I'm sorry if he's your favorite player. I think he's a really cool dude, too. He had testicular cancer and missed a game. He's going to be a badass in Broncos country forever. But at this point, March 9th, 2026, Justin Strnad could help the Broncos more than Alex Singleton can. And that doesn't mean they both won't be on the team. It just means Strnad needs to get more of those reps.
Yeah, and that's
with the deal, he's going to.
He is going to. And I love what George Payton said at the scouting combine because it holds true. When he talked about Singleton and Strnad of like, they're Broncos. And he was talking about Strnad and Singleton. And he's like, you look around, you look at those guys and the way that they perform. And like you said, the way that they've developed. George Payton said, quote, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, if you let those type of guys walk, what are you doing? That's what you do. You develop those guys so that you can get that type of player, that type of playmaker from your roster that you've spent time with and developed. So the Sternod thing, I applaud wholeheartedly. They are not done at inside linebacker, including in the draft. If Jacob Rodriguez is part of the answer, I'm still not sure if Dre Greenlaw is 100% going to be on this roster. So like the Sternod is the first domino, the first splash move, because Troutman Adkins, that's not a splash.
That's not splashy, no.
Sorry, but like that move is a splash move. One of your own guys, homegrown guy, and I give Sternod a lot of credit because when he came out of college, he had the worst combine performance of any inside linebacker. Now he was hurt.
Okay.
But he still tested, I'm not kidding, the worst of any inside linebacker in combine history.
Wow.
Okay?
In the history of the combine. History of the combine,
yeah,
Craig.
It's been going on a long time. So Sternod did not test well.
Wow.
Then became a starter. You saw that wasn't going to work. He was a special teams guy for a few years. Didn't see a defensive snap, I believe, for 2 full seasons.
Correct.
Then got an opportunity and showed that he had grown, showed that he had developed, showed that he was ready for that opportunity. And now Sternod locking him up with the Denver Broncos.
It's a big deal. Like I said, they had 12 of their own free agents to tackle. 11 of them are now going to hit the market after some of these deals have been done. Some running back rumors. Cameron Wolfe, our buddy from the NFL Network, started his media career here in the Mile High City and is a friend of the show, said they are looking for a free agent running back to upgrade. Mentions Travis Etienne and Kenneth Gainwell. Another possibility.
That's not much of an upgrade.
Coming from Cameron Wolfe, and I agree with you 100%. Yeah, don't bring Kenneth Gainwell here as an upgrade for the running back room. That would feel not great for Broncos country.
Unless you're taking Jonah Coleman in the first. And Gainwell's fine. I don't mind Gainwell, but I don't see that as an upgrade. Travis Etienne, yes. Jolly Archer, yes.
It's Travis Etienne, it's R.J. Harvey, and it's Jonah Coleman. It's Mike Watt. It's one of these younger guys that you have to get early in the draft this year. That's how I view the running back room. Now you got to beat the Chiefs, though.
Yeah, well, you could beat the Chiefs. I mean, if it comes down to financials, like.
That's true. The Hunts don't have nothing on the pin.
Exactly. And then sign him to something and redo it like you did Quinn Miner's deal. Like, hey, that big number, all of a sudden it's a little number because we can pay you cash.
Again, we won the owner lottery, folks. Hey, we need about $11 more million. That's the George message. Greg says, all right, call Quinn Miners. You think he won $16 million today? Let's give it to him. Pretty sweet deal, right?
I love it. We got Colton checking in on the YouTube chat and Tribe Roll Call. What up, fellas? Happy Monday. 2-year listener and member of the Tribe.
What's up, Colton?
Currently listening to the show, driving out to Denver to move my lady back to West Virginia.
Oh.
Keep up the great work.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's a good move.
Yeah. Colton, thanks for listening,
Maybe he's like, get out of here.
2-year Tribe member.
I love that. Shout out to you, Colton. Yeah, keep your texts coming in. Tribe Roll Call all show long. We don't want to just limit it to the first hour or two. Hit us up for the full 4 hours. If you're not locked in right at 10 a.m., we get it. We can call your boss and change that for you, but we'd love to hear from you as often and early as we can at 303-713-1043. That is the RamosLaw.com text line. Hit us up right over there. Put your name on the end of every text so we can give you that shout out on the show. And then as Cecil just did, YouTube. That's always available. Denver Sports YouTube page, the Dover and Cecil stream, and you are in just like that. By the way, you bring up the name Colton. Shout out to my man Colton Holloway. I went and watched the Strasburg Indians. The Berg, dude. I went out to the Berg this weekend to watch some high school playoff basketball.
Nice.
And watch my little bro win the region for the second straight year.
Nothing like small-town basketball. That's for sure.
Dude,
By the way,
awesome.
some breaking news. The Colts are keeping Alec Pierce.
All right. That's actually really good for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Not so great for the Colts. What was that number? $114 million? Is that what that just said?
Yeah, Jordan Schultz has it to agree to a deal. That didn't say $114 million.
Oh, maybe it's one I saw.
What it is, yeah.
That's too much money for a guy that's not really a top-tier NFL wide receiver. So that's good, but might be setting the market, and we'll see what that means for the Denver Broncos. Yeah, dude. Alec Pierce never had 50 catches in a season, and he just got over $100 million signed to his contract. All right, it's crazy. It's already underway. 10 minutes in, and the Broncos have yet to make their major splash. We're looking for running backs. We'll continue to monitor anything that goes down. You're going to hear it here first only on The Fan. We will continue to monitor that and tell you what's going down. In the meantime, we got to look at what else went down this weekend, which was a major weekend by the Colorado Avalanche, beating the Stars And then the Wild, they are now officially red hot. Let's look back at what they're showing us post-Olympic break. Plus, we'll give you an update on one Jamal Murray. We all held our breaths on Friday night. Now, it's not great news, but it's not terrible news either. That's coming at you next.
Nazem Kadri is coming home. On the day of the NHL trade deadline, the Colorado Avalanche brought back one of the key members from their Stanley Cup team. With Naz back in burgundy and blue, are the Avs ready to steamroll their way to another championship? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Hello, Colorado. It's David Szymanski with U.S. Mortgages, and we're celebrating 30 years. Make 2026 your best year ever. Eliminate all your high-interest debts, saving you $500 to $1,000 or more every month. Worried about approval? We have recently expanded our guidelines to help even more people qualify. If you've been told no, we can help say yes with bank statement loans, asset-based loans, non-traditional credit, debt to incomes over 50%, loan to values up to 95%, and more. At U.S. Mortgages, you don't need perfect credit either. We help down to a 580 score and even lower case by case. Call now to get a no-risk, no-obligation quote from a BBB A+ rated lender, and also get our exclusive lowest rate for life. Our number says it all, 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE, or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. Equal housing lender. License 392126.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
Score big, save 25% off all primetime functional trainers, home gyms, and racks. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
You're listening to Sports Talk Radio at work. So is your competition. So are your customers. Denver sports fans don't half listen. They argue. They text in. They remember stats from 1998. They remember who sponsors their obsession. Audio, video, or online. We've got every angle covered. DenverSports.com. Make your move.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Fitness Gallery, selling the world's finest fitness equipment.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 104.3 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Dover and Cecil.
We are going to keep our eye on what's happening in the NFL world. What's going on with the Denver Broncos? More importantly, the news has been just re-signing their own guys. Like I said, when we know, you'll know. Keep it locked right here all day for updates on what's happening with the Denver Broncos. We also will not ignore what went on with the Avalanche and then, of course, the Nuggets, which we'll get to a little bit later on. The quick update on Jamal Murray, because we're going to spend more time in the second hour talking about what happened and then previewing tonight's major matchup in OKC.
Right.
He is questionable, officially questionable for tonight.
Day to day.
Which is actually good.
Yes.
The way that it looked, if you were watching Friday night, he actually steps on Joker's foot as he's kind of playing defense, playing back, and he's in some immediate pain. One thing that you'll notice, especially like hoopers, you're going to go, hey, if it's really hurting you, you're not taking that shoe off right away. You're tightening it and you're seeing how much more you can go or just tightening it till you get back. He takes it off right away. Game's over for him. They're going to go back and look at it. Day to day and being listed as questionable is about as good as we could have predicted it to be for how it looked on Friday night.
Yeah, and that's knowing that it's day to day now, you can see that as a blessing because it didn't look day to day when it happened. So don't know if he's going to play tonight. Probably would say no.
I'd lean toward nose too.
Yeah, just give him a little bit more time. Monumental game tonight. But let's talk about the good stuff.
Yeah, we'll get some more Avs in the 11 o'clock hour.
That was not the Nuggets over the weekend.
No.
The Avs were the good stuff over the weekend.
I had to buy you a stupid coffee because they didn't go 2-0 like I had predicted. But the Avalanche, man, the way that they showed fight on Friday night and then what they were able to accomplish
and Friday
on Sunday.
being such a weird day because of the trade and Awesome Cadre's coming through, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, we got to play, but we can't fully have everybody yet. We'll look forward to Sunday. And what did we get? We got a couple of shootout wins.
Well, think about this. Friday, 61 minutes after the trade deadline's over, they announced they got Nas.
Yeah.
4 hours after that, they had to go play the biggest game of the season in Dallas without Nas because obviously that was coming on Sunday and the trade happened 4 hours ago. You're not going to get him here and clear to be able to play. But, man, what they were able to accomplish. How about Val Nichushkin, really over the weekend?
Yeah.
But that goal on Friday night was absolute, chef kiss. The Avs Twitter account tweeted out again, like, hey, just in case you missed it, watch this beauty.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yesterday.
Did he do the same thing in the shootout against Minnesota? It was the exact same move. I was like, that is a sick move. How did you not watch Friday?
Well, you know what happens next time. He keeps that thing backhand and flips it up over the top of the goaltender as he's starting to go back towards that pipe. But it's just, man, the heart that they showed. I said it. I said it on social media Friday night. When Jamal went down, heart ripped out of the Nuggets, game was over. I changed the channel. I'm like, I'm going to watch. I'm fully invested over here.
Wow.
The Avalanche did the exact opposite. Having to fight back, having to find themselves into this shootout, getting it into overtime to guarantee you get the point. And now the fact that Val has 2 shootout goals in 2 consecutive games, major markers to help his team get. It's 4 points, but it actually feels like 6 because Dallas and Minnesota get their overtime point. It's just such a huge weekend. And look, he heard the noise. He had to hear the noise. Your name's being talked about in trade rumors and trade circles, and you go, looking up, man in the mirror moment a little bit. Man, what have I been doing as of late?
Yeah.
And answered the bell this weekend in a major way.
Yeah, Val came through in a major way, and I also want to shout out the new guys. Now, Kadri, not new guy, because he's the old guy, and we love him. So great to see him out there in an Avs sweater again.
I text you guys Sunday. I was DVRing it because I had honeydews to do. But I'm like, let me pour me a little something of what I like. Let me sit on the couch. Let me just watch a little hockey. And in 12 minutes, Nas had a power play shot on goal, a power play pass to set up Nate for a shot on goal, which eventually turned into a score, hitting dudes, battling in front of the net.
Right.
All of that happened in about 12 minutes, and it's just beautiful.
It was glorious, and Nathan McKinnon looks like he has a little fun out there, right?
Yeah,
Don't see him smiling that often, but he was smiling because Nas was out there with him. But shout out to Kulak, shout out to Wah, and shout out to Kadri. I mean, you want to talk about those guys fitting in. And with Kulak, initially, we're just like, we didn't say anything about him, so that means he's doing his job. And then he comes through and he makes more plays. Wah making plays. Kadri obviously making plays. So shout out Chris McFarland today because the wagon is back. And I am so happy to announce that because I'm happy to jump back on that Avs wagon. I was on it anyway.
Yeah.
But still, before the Olympic break, a little bit after the Olympic break, now the trade deadline's passed. You know what you can do. You know who you are. Now go win the whole damn thing because they were focused more than they had been recently over the last two contests.
Yeah. Well, I think, look, if you're Val Nichushkin and you hear your names in these rumors and rumblings, that's a giant wake-up call.
Yeah.
And then if you're a guy on a line underneath Val Nichushkin and you're going, hold up, they're talking about shipping that dude out? I better button up a little bit and act accordingly, or my name's going to get brought up in these conversations. Then I'm going to leave this wagon that is the Colorado Avalanche. It would have been just beautiful had Kadri got that game winner in the shootout yesterday.
Yeah.
Nate couldn't shoot it because he took a penalty in overtime, then ultimately gets the game winner there. What's the better goal? Val's on Friday or Nate's on Sunday?
I don't know. The Val move, because it was the first time I'd seen him do that move, like that one was pretty awesome. And then he did the same thing Sunday, so I was like,
Well, he's also just so big. You don't expect that, like,
I know.
nimbleness? I don't think that's a word. But...
Right. Puck nimbleness, right? Yeah. Just to be able to be that big, that fast, that graceful, and control that puck in that way to last second move it over and then get it in from the left, like, that's awesome. So I'm going to stick with Val's. Even though Nate's was, like, awesome as well,
It's
I'm going to
almost,
stick with Val's.
Not that we never expect that from Nate, but you do from Val, but we do from Nate so much. And you see it from the big fella, you're like, damn, I didn't know it could move like that.
Yeah. So, and we can continue to monitor this power play situation. But again, Nathan MacKinnon seems like he's having fun. He seems like he's more engaged. And you see, even with Marty over in his spot, waiting for that thing, you still see Nate attracting all of that attention on the ice. So this thing could be glorious. Just kind of, sharpen things before the start of the postseason and get this thing ready. You're going to have tests, big tests in the playoffs, but this team seems like it's ready.
Yeah, it does. It was just the perfect weekend for the Colorado Avalanche. They now hold a 9-point lead over those Dallas Stars, a 10-point lead over the Minnesota Wild. You continue to play 5 straight wins now, going back to that last game in February against the Blackhawks. You continue to play this kind of hockey. You're right. They're going to get back to the wagon. Power play conversation will happen because they weren't good Sunday, but post-Olympic break, they've been much better than they were pre-Olympic break. You just start to figure out some of these little, I don't want to call the power play a little thing, but getting Val back this little thing. Kale jumping up more in the offensive zone. Devon Taves. How many freaking chances did Devon Taves have in that overtime on Sunday and couldn't put it past the netminder? But these little things are starting to figure themselves out. Then eventually you can tackle that giant problem that is the power play.
Yeah.
So Avs are rolling, baby. They're back to red hot, man.
Back to red hot. We do have to talk about Mr. Gabe Landeskog. Because we have the Jamal Murray news and information. As Mel's saying in our YouTube chat, the Gabe news sucks. With Landeskog also, taking one in the Yarbles.
Yeah, from Kale, right? It was a Kale shot?
Yeah, Kale's got to stop hitting pucks and everyone's diggling.
He's putting pucks on nuts is what he's doing.
Exactly, yeah. Except do it to the other team. Don't do it to your own guys.
Dude, they said now it's the internet, and who knows. But the cup was dented.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would never even, it's one of those jackass things of would you take a puck to the nuts? No.
Hell no.
I'm wearing a cup. I wear 2 cups. No way.
No. I remember, I don't know what he's doing now, but old Tom Helmer, do you remember him? He used to be get up on the desk and dance guy at the Rockies. I got to watch him take lacrosse balls as a goalie, and he was padded up.
Yeah.
And still, dude, he had on the inside of his thigh, it was black and blue for almost 2 months afterwards because it just hit him in the direct. You're a different breed if you're a goaltender.
Yeah. I'm not taking any sort of puck. I'm not taking anything sort of like that. Looks like we're getting news. Is Kenneth Walker going to the Chiefs?
Kenneth Walker is going to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow,
so
here we go.
They've got their running back. That means a bunch of different things. 1, now Travis Etienne to the Broncos has a clear one-way.
Come on, George Payton.
2, at picks 9 and 29 for the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Jeremiah Love instinct, to them, what does that mean for their draft picks now that they have 2 in front of Denver?
The problem is Kenyon Sadiq now.
Exactly right.
They could draft Kenyon Sadiq as the replacement, essentially, one day for Travis Kelce.
They do that at 9?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Stink and I were talking, and I said, you'd be lucky if he gets to 19 in Carolina. And Stink says, I think he goes ahead of that.
Yeah.
He said top 15 because I suggested top 10, and Stink said, I think he goes top 15. With the way that Kenyon Sadiq and film watchers are really enjoying what he's doing, now the Chiefs taking Sadiq at 9 is a distinct possibility.
Well, Evans and I were talking about rec league basketball, and I was eavesdropping on you a little bit. So the name Stink was dropping. I'd tune into the morning show this week to figure out what guys are doing with some of their trades.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get into that. What does Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP, is now on his way to KC. What's that mean for the Broncos? We'll tell you next.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 13 years of age and older that are residents of the state of Colorado. Unless otherwise specified, employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or an entity associated with the contest may not enter. Full general contest rules are available at DenverSports.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
At Common Spirit Health, we don't just see a cancer diagnosis. We see you, and you don't have to do this alone. We believe you should be surrounded by your people, so you can keep them close while you get care close to home. Supported by our care team from diagnosis to treatment and beyond, and strengthened by treatment tailored to you. Because there's no one-size-fits-all approach to cancer care. Find cancer care with human kindness close to you at mountain.commonspirit.org.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. For over a decade, Bluebird Windows and Doors has been servicing the Front Range with products built to withstand Colorado's unpredictable weather. Bluebird's Sunrise Collection windows are built to last a lifetime and are backed by strong warranties. Buy one window and get one 50% off through March 31st. And mention you heard about Bluebird from me, Mike Evans. You'll save an additional 5%. Enjoy the outdoors through energy-efficient Bluebird windows. Visit gobluebirdco.com. Bluebird Windows and Doors. Make today a Bluebird day.
You've been sharing your wish for happiness. You've learned that life offers different pathways. But what if your pathway is filled with fire? This is Glenn Jameron, Chairman of Alpine Bank, member FDIC. Let's be frank, life isn't always happy. You can feel real pain, real fire, like the loss of a loved one. But know this, fire can change you for the better. Just like iron must go through fire to become steel. So it is with each of us. Look back over your life. You may discover that the most painful things gave you new empathy, new perspective, and a new realization of how precious life is. You have countless pathways ahead. Some bring pain, others happiness. It's what you do afterwards that counts. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado, and you.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a cybersecurity engineer at a publicly traded company.
We've been hacked! They're through our firewall! How is that even possible? They got my password. Please don't tell me your password was password. It's actually password 1.
This is your job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU women's basketball faces UNLV with pregame starting at 8.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3.
Man, today's just a fun day with NFL free agency.
Kevin Kistner is grinning like a pig in slop.
Yes, he is. He's fired up.
He is so happy right now. It's good to see you smile, Kev.
You know what? It's like this and then a couple weeks when the madness in the third month of the year, I think we can't say the whole thing, goes on. No work getting done today. If you have an employee that's a football fan, just send them home because they're not going to do anything at work today. Kev, did you just wake up grinning ear to ear, ready to go?
I don't think I slept. I love free agency. I love the draft. It's like Christmas morning. Oh, news is everywhere.
Yeah.
Kate Otton's going back to Tampa Bay, so he's not coming to Denver.
Guy off the list.
Kenneth Walker, Travis Kelce, they're going to KC.
Yeah, that's the latest, is Kenneth Walker, the Super Bowl MVP. And I don't know if we have exact terms on this yet, but remember, it was like after Breece Hall got the franchise tag, a lot of reports coming from the NFL Network folks is that Kenneth Walker's now that next man up, and that number is going to be between $12 and $14 million annually, which the Seahawks told him, go get that if you can. If you're interested in playing on $10 million a year, come on back and let's have a conversation. Now, since you and I have a conversation, and we want to hear from everybody in the tribe for a little tribe roll call. Don't forget that on the RamosLaw.com text line and the YouTube page. But Kenneth Walker's now RB1 in KC. All right, now tell me what that means for pick number 9.
Yeah.
And more importantly, and if you want to start here, Denver's chances to now go get Travis Etienne.
Yeah, Denver's chances to get Etienne are right there. I mean, if there's two teams that were battling for Etienne services and the Chiefs got Kenneth Walker, then guess what? Travis Etienne should be a Denver Bronco by the end of today. Now, they've got to get it done if, in fact, the reports were true that they were in on Travis Etienne. And it's not Kenneth Walker to the Giants, as some had speculated. It's Kenneth Walker to the AFC West. I think that's something where it changes the draft plan for Kansas City. Travis Kelce announcing that he's going to return. That's not a shock based on how last season went. He doesn't want to go out like a punk. Last year, he's going to try to make one more run this year. Probably Taylor will write an album about it. But either way, you know that Kansas City is going to be right back there. They are a problem. And now with Kenneth Walker, they become even more of a problem. And especially because this means they could take Kansas City in the top 10. I would not be surprised by that at all. I'll do some nosing around, see what people think. But that's one of those things now. Their draft plan has changed because it's no longer Jeremiah Love at 9. It's something else now. And with 2 first-round picks, as Kansas City has, look out. Again, they're going to be right back there. Chargers will always choke. Raiders suck. Broncos and Chiefs battling once again for the AFC West. You've got to out-battle them during free agency.
It's a 3-year, $43 million deal for Kenneth Walker. $28 million of those $43 million are guaranteed. The guaranteed dollars, that makes it only the 3 years for $28 million, and we'll see what a signing bonus looks like to bring that number down. If we're just doing guarantees, he's making about $9 million a year, and we'll see what that looks like going into that third and final year where I imagine all the guaranteed money would be done, and we'll see where they're at.
Well, and the nice thing about this is with the Walton Penner Group, you know that they just didn't want him. And that's the nice thing. It's no one's going to outbid you for anybody. I know Tennessee's got more money than anybody out there, but if you look at a situation where you can join a Super Bowl contender, you can get well paid. If Kenneth Walker decides on Kansas City, it's not because Denver wasn't willing to pony up the money. It means they weren't going to pay him that price because they can pay any price.
Well, and look, Travis Etienne's the one on my board. Neither of us have Kenneth Walker on our board, you and me, Cease. And I would say this, is Kenneth Walker a solid running back at the NFL level? Yeah, he is. Is Kenneth Walker worth getting in a bidding war and outpaying somebody or outbidding somebody? Hell no, he's not.
No, not at all.
So they did the right thing here.
And we go over the numbers piece from Andrew Mason on DenverSports.com showing you how Walker's inefficiencies do crop up there. So it's the splashiest thing of the day, right? Because no one's talking about Kate Otten. But like the splashiest news, Kansas City gets the Super Bowl MVP. That's cool, and I like Walker. I do. But it may not pay off in the way that Kansas City is paying for. Now, maybe it does because he's on that team. Eric Bieniemy back there. Maybe Walker in that fit. They'll pay a lot less attention to him. By the way, did our guys know? Does Zach buy Philip Lindsay? I'm calling them all out. Mark Schlereth, who's at least got 3 names.
Yeah, Schlereth's got 3.
Mike Evans has 1. Brandon Stokely has 2. Did they know free agency started today?
I don't know, and I was under the impression...
we're doing a free agency board wish list, and nobody filled it out except you and me.
Isn't the board the morning show's idea? It's their bit, and they have six names on it.
Yeah, six
total.
names. There you
Six
go.
names between three dudes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Rock on with your bad self. As free agency started, now they're going to put up the names afterwards.
That's
Just
what they
be
did
like,
last
I got
year.
it
Yeah,
right. I
that's
got
what-
it right.
I'm going to take a pic real quick. Let me take a picture of that. Let's get a timestamp on this picture. Booyah.
There you go.
And now they can't say anything about it.
Yes.
All right, so it's Kenneth Walker on his way to Kansas City. I mean, it's not like Jeremiah Love's going to fall down into the 20s. Now there's just a team in the teens that go, ooh, we have a chance at RB1 now that we didn't think we would get.
Yeah, and Jadarian Price maybe springs up a little bit higher if Kenyon Sadiq is gone in the top 10. You get a playmaker at the running back position, the Notre Dame running back, the backup to Jeremiah Love, because as Spivak told me, hey, look at the AFC West now. Everyone has a stud running back except for Denver.
Wow, that's a great point, Drew.
Except for Denver. Because you look at what Omarion Hampton can be, you look at Ashton Genty, who should be much better this season, and then now Kenneth Walker with the Chiefs. If you're Denver, I mean, there's a reason why they're in on Travis Etienne, and it's because R.J. Harvey is going to be limited in what he does. What he does is important. What he does is valuable, but it's not this stud everything running back. They overdrafted him. So now they're going to have to go out and get a free agent back. Hopefully it's Travis Etienne. And get going. We're 37 minutes into free agency, Broncos.
Isn't this happening right now? It's every running back's agent going, what Travis get? $28 million guaranteed? All right, call everybody back.
Yeah.
There's now a market. Let's talk about what the new number is based off what Kenneth Walker
We
got in
need
Kansas
Mike
City.
Kliss hiding in a dumpster at Centennial Airport, letting us know where the PJ's at.
Yeah.
Where's Greg at? We got to know.
Tracking in numbers and all the stuff we used to do. Not me. They used to do. It's a 38 minutes into it. We'd love to get some running back news. I'm optimistic that that's coming today before 2 o'clock, and I'm rooting for that name to be Travis Etienne. All right, Cease, let's call out our first name here for our Superfan Send-Off contest. You could be heading to Las Vegas if you win the Superfan Send-Off contest for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. Our friends over at 303 Law 4040 put all of this together. And our first name of our number one. Oh, this is cool. It's a lady, Christina Crisp. Oh, CC, we're looking for you, Miss Crisp. And if you call us back in the next 10 minutes at 303-713-1043, you're going to be entered into the drawing for our Superfan Send-Off contest. You would win a pair of 2-night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for you and a guest from Denver to Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and how about $500 preloaded on a Visa gift card. That's what's on the line, Christina Crisp. If you call us back at 303-713-1043, we'll put your name in the hat for the drawing. And if you haven't already signed up, do what Christina Crisp did. Get to DenverSports.com/superfan, sign up, and then listen. Those are the only two things you have to do. Sign up for the contest and listen to the radio, and you could be on your way to Las Vegas. Christina Crisp. Let's start this party the right way on a Monday. All right, see, a couple quick texts for Tribe Roll Call. Remember our boy who was looking for the ride?
Yeah.
He got it.
Nice.
Out cruising the new whip, boys.
Nice.
So congratulations on getting that new ride. He said he was going car shopping on Saturday.
Nothing better than locking in that 104.3 right in your radio presets. Number one. There doesn't need to be any other.
That's exactly right.
Because it's us.
Yeah.
So everybody.
Check the numbers. We're literally number one.
And
put it there.
Everybody wants to be here, and we're always on everybody's mind.
They'll even admit it. Well, you know what I do when I get a rental car? Sometimes I'll have like 12 stations. 104.3, 104.3, 104.3. I just hit them all, dude. It's pretty sweet. Our boy Johnny, Section 504. That's where the real people sit, Johnny. He says, Tribe check-in, driving adults with disabilities to their medical appointments and advocating for them today.
Nice.
Did we sign ETN yet? Thank you, Johnny, for first what you're doing for the elderly. That should not or ever go unnoticed. And yeah, shout out to you for also wanting to see Travis Etienne in the Mile High City. Keep your texts coming. Again, Tribe Roll Call. Who are you? Where are you? What you doing for a buck out there today? Tell us on the RamosLaw.com text line and over on our YouTube page. All right, we'll continue to talk about what's happening in free agency. We mentioned a couple things that the AFC West has done getting new players. Well, how about one major player that got shipped out of the AFC West this weekend? We'll talk about this Max Crosby trade to Baltimore. And a name that you and I had on Bo's board, some rumors that it's unlikely he'll be made available. So we'll talk about Max leaving and a player the Broncos could target not being available coming up next.
Denver Sports is your home for Broncos free agency. Stay locked into 104.3 The Fan and head to DenverSports.com for up-to-the-minute news on the latest Broncos moves. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
When the Nuggets are knocking down threes, you score too. If Denver hits 15 or more three-pointers, you score a free 28-ounce Gatorade Lower Sugar the very next day at your friendly King Soopers. Gatorade Lower Sugar is scientifically formulated with Gatorade's #1 proven electrolyte blend and has 75% less sugar than Gatorade Thirst Quencher and no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. Big shots deserve next-level hydration. Only at King Soopers.
Stink here. Been around long enough to know the difference between tough talk and real quality, and that's why I trust Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. Right now, they're offering 25% off Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows. You'll also receive 20% off James Hardy siding designed to resist hail, fire, moisture, and woodpeckers with 12 months, no interest, and no payments. Schedule your free consultation with my friends at Gravina's Window Center of Littleton, 303-794-0490, or online at windowsforyourhome.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, what's up? It's Zach here. And if you're looking for your new go-to spot in Centennial, the Basketball Social House is it. Award-winning food and drinks, an incredible weekend brunch, and a brand new sports bar entertainment space where you can catch every Colorado game. Even if you're not playing, it's a great hang. But if you are, their private basketball suites are unreal. Full court, lounge, music, TVs, the whole setup. And because you're hearing this from me, get half off your first private basketball suite rental. Just use code HALFOFFHOOPS. Trust me, you're going to love this place.
I'm Rob Wilhite. For nearly half a century, my law firm has stood up for car accident victims right here in Colorado. Families, workers, neighbors, your community is our community. With over $1 billion won for our clients, our results speak for themselves. If you've been injured in a car accident, you deserve a team with experience, power, and a history of real wins. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or WilhiteWins.com. The Wilhite Law Firm, Colorado's trusted injury law firm for almost 50 years.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly with nationwide 5G because Cricket is on the AT&T network. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
It's the College Hoops Showdown, wall-to-wall basketball, and zero time to mess with your lawn. At Waterloo Turf, they help Denver homeowners trade yard work for game time. No mowing, no watering, no mud on game day. Just a green championship-level lawn all season long. Perfect for watch parties, pets, and backyard hoops. From backyards to putting greens, Waterloo Turf installs premium artificial turf built for Colorado. Visit waterlooturf.com/Denver and book your free consultation. Waterloo Turf, get your Saturdays back, and don't miss the buzzer.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Oh, yeah.
Let's got to get to it's free agent day. Kevin's fired up. He's playing hard rock.
Yes.
You're you got the smoking gun shirt on.
Yes.
Can't get much better than, well, I guess we had millions of dollars in the bank. That did better.
He's playing Bay Area thrash metal.
Nice.
So, yes, Testament. It's my song, man.
All right.
Henchman
Absolutely
ride.
love that.
Broncos ride. Like, Broncos get this thing done and get Travis Etienne.
If the Chiefs got Kenneth Walker, you can get Etienne, and then the AFC is chock full of stud running backs.
Look at that pendulum swinging back. It's a running back world again, huh?
I love it. I love it, man. And, well, there's a guy who got out of here in the AFC West, which was, I told you, man, Baltimore's going to be right there.
You did, and it's a major trade now. We had learned last week that it was, 2 firsts. There were a couple of teams that were in on this conversation.
Sounded crazy, right?
For Max Crosby, and they're like, hey, we offered a first and a second, and they said no.
They're sticking with the
They're
going
to hold out. This is what we want. And then the Baltimore Ravens come a-calling, and they say, hey, we're willing to give you 2 firsts because we're all in and hopeful that that's like 31 or 32 over the next couple of years. So Max Crosby, the game record that is Mad Max, is out of here when it comes to the AFC West, and he's now going to Baltimore. Still an AFC problem, but you don't have to see him twice a year. Hopefully, it's one of those things where you see him in the postseason every single year, and we'll see what that looks like. The 2 first-round picks, it's number 14 this year and then a first next year. The Raiders also let Geno go, but who cares about Geno? Max Crosby to the Baltimore Ravens makes them a legitimate, now, pending the health of Lamar Jackson, which you basically have to say every year. But, dude, the questions that you can have about who the Ravens were defensively, well, they're out the window.
Yeah, the questions you have there are now gone because you've got to deal with that guy. If you are now, I think the memes of Joe Burrow,
yeah,
there's some that I can't talk about because of what they imply, but like Joe Burrow's sitting on a couch and Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, and now Max Crosby are all, behind him on said couch. Like, I think if you're Joe Burrow, you're like, oh my God, and Trey Hendrickson's leaving?
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to get tackled by a guy, and now you're losing the guy that does the tackling.
Yeah.
Quick side note, or I'll forget. Was Joe Burrow on a date with Jessica Alba? Was that real?
She was they were playing poker or craps or blackjack, right? It was blackjack. I thought it was
but
blackjack
the post made it seem as if they were there together.
Joe's got a girlfriend.
I mean, what's wrong with having more girlfriends? Why can't you have more than one girlfriend?
I think if you're Joe Burrow, you probably do.
Yeah.
Just a guess.
All right, sorry to distract.
By the way, our buddy Luca Evans says Broncos are not in the running for Tyler Algier per source.
Wow,
well, that stinks. I want a power back.
Why would that be?
Because they're in on Travis Etienne,
and then they're going to trust RJ to be that guy.
Yeah, well, not the power guy. You're basically going to have a backfield that doesn't feature a lot of power then. Which, is something to deal with. But
sounds like a screen pass on 4th and 1.
Well, Travis Etienne can convert that on a 4th and 1. So just go get Travis Etienne 49 minutes in. What are you doing, Broncos? But out on Tyler Algier, at least that's the newest report from one Luca Evans. So, again, disappointing for me. Algier's at the top of my free agent wish list. I want a power back to go and team with RJ Harvey. If they get Travis Etienne, your touches for RJ Harvey are going to be pretty slim, you would think, because Etienne can do everything. Now,
and that's okay.
Competition makes everyone better, so having a guy like Etienne in the building would really, really help. So we're waiting, Broncos, but it seems like they're out on Algier, which means, it's got to be Etienne, right?
Who else
they're going
would it
splash
be?
at running back, you're going splash at running back. That's not Brian Robinson.
No.
It's not Isaiah Pacheco.
Certainly not. It's not bringing J.K. Dobbins back.
Right. If you're going to
splash
at running back, it is one man. It is Travis Etienne. Now, we have to ask, who is the other team in? If Kansas City is out, and they are out because the Chiefs have Kenneth Walker, who else is in on Etienne?
Is Jacksonville completely done with him?
They wanted to be done with him last year. So I'm going to say yes, anything is possible. Kevin Garnett said that so they could change their mind. But a year ago, they wanted to find an upgrade from Etienne in the draft. And they wanted it to be RJ Harvey.
Yeah.
And then the Broncos took him before they could.
Was Travis Etienne like their Javonte Walker? It's like, that's not
Javonte
good enough.
Williams,
Or Javonte Williams. Like, it's not good enough for us. And then he goes and the next fan base is like, what were you idiots
Well,
saying?
and the thing is like, because when we did the Brian Thomas Bose board of like, why would Jacksonville? Because it doesn't fit. Liam Cohen has a specific kind of player that he's looking for. And offensively, they didn't think it was Etienne. And then Etienne had career best numbers. They didn't think it was Brian Thomas Jr., and then Brian Thomas struggled with that chemistry with Trevor Lawrence. So is Jacksonville completely out on Travis Etienne? I'm going to say yes. Anything's possible, but we'll see if the Broncos can get Travis Etienne. This thing is, and now we got to figure out who else would be in on Travis Etienne.
Yeah, that's a multiple $1 million question. Couple things happening around the league. Miami's having a fire sale, letting Tua go, eating $99 million on a cap hit, and are signing quarterback Malik Willis. So the young, hey, what if up-and-comer flavor of the week is going to get an opportunity there in Miami. Very interesting to me that they would go with such an unsure thing in Tua to another unsure thing in Malik Willis.
Yeah, and the thing is now with Tua, the Falcons have interest in Tua, which is you're going to get every left-handed quarterback, so you just have Michael Penix and Tua.
Oh, yeah.
So all the lefties go to Atlanta. So we'll see. My man, Ian Cunningham, who's a buddy of mine I've known for 15 years, is now the general manager in Atlanta, so we'll see. We'll see what they do there.
All right. Sounds like you and I need a trip to Atlanta. Hang out with the fancy folks.
We could go to that one place the Hawks were having.
Yeah, Magic City.
Magic City, yes.
That's
there you
exactly
go.
it.
I was thinking Cheetahs, but same thing.
We could go both. We've got time. Isaiah Likely, who was the top name on my board, is gone. He's going to New York. He's going to reunite with Harbaugh, who said, remember, you've been saying it, hey, Harbaugh has a lot of faith in what this kid can be.
He said he'd be an all-pro
as tight
year.
end number one, and now he's going to give his new quarterback, Jackson Dart, the opportunity to turn that statement into reality. I think that's a big miss. Like I said, I was hopeful that the Broncos got Isaiah for what he can be. Not what he's shown, but what I believe he can be as tight end one, big body, where Bo can have some one-on-ones, that box-out situation, throw it up and let him go get it. But that's now not the case. Isaiah Likely is on his way to New York City.
Okay, Isaiah Likely makes a lot of sense for that team, of course, with John Harbaugh there as well. And now if you're the Broncos, is it David Njoku, Travis Etienne? Let's see what's shaping up. The Pittsburgh Steelers have traded for Michael Pittman.
Yep.
That has come down.
What'd you say last week about DK?
I said last week, watch them make a move for a receiver. I said it was in the Brian Thomas conversation.
That's right.
I said watch out for the Steelers as a team that's interested in Brian Thomas Jr. They're looking for a different wide receiver other than DK Metcalf. Now that Michael Pittman has been traded for, of course, the Colts paying Alec Pierce all that money. They get rid of Michael Pittman and the $21 million or whatever he was on the books for, because we talked about Michael Pittman on Bo's board. Would you trade for Pittman? Would you trade for Brian Thomas Jr.? Now with Pittman traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers, expect DK Metcalf to be on the board.
That's what the report was too, that the Jags are interested in keeping Brian Thomas Jr. rather than trading him. So that's either they're telling the truth or somebody hasn't made the offer they're looking for.
They haven't made the offer and they want to up the offer. So no, we'll keep him.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Call back with a better offer. Hang up. That's all you got to say.
Yeah, but now DK Metcalf becomes, okay, is that an option if you are a team, perhaps the New England Patriots, who we're waiting on an A.J. Brown deal. Howie's sticking with the first rounder on A.J. Brown. So could you get DK Metcalf for less than said first rounder? Metcalf or A.J. Brown, what do you do there? How does that change the power structure in the AFC? I think if you're the Denver Broncos, Kansas City's already kind of beaten you to the punch in terms of these splashy moves, getting Kenneth Walker. Splash back, Denver.
Yeah.
Splash back.
Splash back indeed, and splash back soon, please. A couple quick texts for Tribe Roll Call. My man Rick says, what up, fellas? It's Rick with Glass Pro, Dover's windshield guy. And that's exactly right. Rick has fixed... I don't know, Rick, what would you say, 5 windshields of my truck when I drive so much and getting chips up in it? He's fixed some friends' windshields, the ladies' windshield. Rick's my dude, go-to dude when it comes to my windshield. So shout out to you. He says I'm out here in Aurora throwing windshields around, which I can appreciate. All right, we got Kent from Evergreen. Oh, he's driving through Montana on business this week. Just wants to say have a great day. Kent, right back to you, my man. How about living in the beautiful city that is Evergreen? You ever hit the Bagel Reef for breakfast? Of course you do, because it's delicious. That place is the jam there.
Yeah. Evergreen's the snip, snap, snap.
Yes, it is. That's outstanding. Oh, our boy Laddie checking in. What up, Laddie? I have a feeling that instead of talking about Etienne being a Bronco, we're going to talk about the Broncos lost an opportunity to make some great moves in free agency. Look, an hour in, Laddie, and I can understand why you're starting to feel like that. We thought there'd be a little bit more splash going on. All right, keep your texts coming in. Tribe Roll Call all day long. Not only welcome on the RamosLaw.com text line, but also over on our YouTube page, DenverSports.com YouTube page, and then inside that Dover and Cecil stream. Hit us up. Tell us what you're doing for $1 today, or how you're feeling about what the Broncos have not done yet this morning. All right, while we wait for some more Broncos moves, let's talk about the Nuggets' huge test tonight at Oklahoma City. We'll look ahead. We also got to tell you what's going on with Jamal after that blowout loss Friday night against the Knicks, and we'll do both coming up next.
Calling all wrestling fans. Now's your chance to win your way into the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. It's the Superfan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040. First, head to DenverSports.com/Superfan to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. It's the Superfan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
The Great American RV Show and Off-Grid Expo is back at the Colorado Convention Center, March 12th through the 14th. Explore 400-plus fresh 2026 RVs and off-grid rigs. Go to DenverSports.com to register for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Tune in Tuesday afternoons for Injury Insights with Zach Bai and Dr. Joseph Ramos to hear the latest injury news on your local teams and around the world of sports. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
At Common Spirit Health, we don't just see a cancer diagnosis. We see you, and you don't have to do this alone. We believe you should be surrounded by your people, so you can keep them close while you get care close to home. Supported by our care team from diagnosis to treatment and beyond, and strengthened by treatment tailored to you. Because there's no one-size-fits-all approach to cancer care. Find cancer care with human kindness close to you at mountain.commonspirit.org.
SodaWeightLoss.com is state-of-the-art, and SodaWeightLoss.com helped me lose 60 pounds a few years ago, and I've never gained the weight back. Why? I know how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. I had a real nutritionist there to help me along the way through my journey. I joined Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. Call them up, 1-866-800-SODA. You want to lose that weight? 1-866-800-SODA. Online at sodaweightloss.com. They are there for you like they were there for me. It's sodaweightloss.com. Soda Weight Loss is state-of-the-art.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
Score big to save 25% off all primetime functional trainers, home gyms, and racks. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
You know what it takes to win: the preparation, the game plan, the refusal to quit when things get hard. You bring that same mentality to your business every single day. But even the best teams need fans in the seats. At Denver Sports, we put your business in front of Denver's most passionate, loyal audience, on air, online, and on the big screen. You've got the drive, we've got the reach. Visit us online at DenverSports.com. Let's build your roster.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You are listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU women's basketball faces UNLV with pregame starting at 8.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents
I know I can't be the only one. I know you're watching. I know the tribe's watching. Like, when that happens on Friday, it's just, oh, all right. Well, this thing's over. I mean, they gave up 142 points.
Yeah.
They completely checked out
yeah.
in that
Collapse.
second half. A collapse is exactly
Utter collapse.
what it was. Now, there is a bit of good news for one Jamal Murray, and that is that he's listed as questionable. Tim McMahon of ESPN had this first, because heaven forbid a Denver person break Nuggets news. Had the Nugget star guard Jamal Murray is considered day-to-day after leaving Friday's loss to the Knicks with an ankle injury. Sources told ESPN he's expected to be listed as questionable for Monday's game in Oklahoma City. So Tim McMahon had it first, and then we all follow suit. Now, I know everybody wants to go, oh my God, would they play 5 minutes with the starters back before Jamal actually got to do this or got hurt and had to go away, or whatever the number was for time played. I get it. That sucks. This is about best case scenario. Now, this is also how much will David Adelman and the coaching staff protect Jamal Murray from Jamal Murray?
Yes.
And going, hey, everybody's back now and I'm the odd man out. I don't want to be that dude that's holding everybody back. Tonight's important. I completely understand. It is not more important than Jamal Murray's long-term health or ability to be 100% near or in the postseason. So if it's a coin flip, if it's a question listed as questionable, so it clearly is, I know it sucks, and I want to beat OKC more than anybody. I spent the weekend roasting some of those chumps in my Twitter mentions. The juice will not be worth the squeeze. I think it's probably best to sit Jamal Murray down tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's best because you got to protect him from himself, because this is the new Jamal. This is the Jamal that doesn't want to let Joker down. This is the Jamal that spent the offseason working out, reshaping his body, being serious about his offseason preparation. You know he's going to want to go.
Yeah.
This is OKC. We know that there's bad blood from, I don't know, a week ago when we saw this matchup, a little bit more than a week, but still, like, I look at it and I go, I know why he'd want to be out there. I would like it if he was out there, but it's the long term. They need him so much more, because we can compare and contrast the kind of hopes, the future outlook for the Colorado Avalanche and the Denver Nuggets. Look at how we feel about the Avs. Now compare that to how we feel about the Nuggets. Look at over the weekend what we got from the Avs, and look over the weekend now what we'll get with the Nuggets to kind of finish things out tonight against OKC. And I had them beating OKC tonight, but that was with Jamal Murray. So even if Jamal's not out there, I'm not going to say that's a win for the Denver Nuggets. But this is a team that needs everything right for the postseason. And then they're going to need to get a little lucky, honestly, to go all the way in the way that we feel that they can. They're running out of time to get things right. But I'll tell you what's even worse for this squad is if they rush Jamal Murray or Jamal's like, I'm fine, and then he goes out there and he plays and he aggravates the injury or extends the injury even further. Too close, too little time remaining, too few games remaining. You need Jamal Murray, right? So if he has to miss a game or two, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. By the way, Payton Watson not back tonight. I said there was a slim chance of him playing tonight. Yeah. That's not going down. Hopeful that it gets there latter part of this week.
I think that further emphasizes what you should do with Jamal. What? Payton's not? Okay, done.
Yeah, because you need your full horses to beat this team, especially on the road.
Right. You need everybody to go out there and beat that team. And if you don't have Payton Watson yet, okay, Jamal, you don't need to be out there tonight.
So Payton won't go. Again, the obvious question in what we're all watching for tonight is Lou Dort, Nikola Jokic. What's the physicality level look like?
Right.
I know we all want, and look, I'm first in line. Somebody run through Lou Dort. Maybe hit him in the elbow and the jaw to, you know what I mean, whatever you can get. I don't think any of that's happening. I think there's a conversation with the referees and players before this game that happens in the locker room that we don't get to see. I think the players are reminded about it regularly on the floor that we will see. And I bet you the referees are over officiating this basketball game for probably the first 24 minutes, if not the entire game, to keep this in as much check as possible. I'd love for Lou Dort to get KO'd on the hardwood tonight. Not going down because the referees are going to make this their game.
Yeah, and I think that they're going to call it really tight. They're going to emphasize how things are going to be called early on, and it's probably going to stay that way throughout the entire game. That can change during an NBA game. Sometimes they'll call